Hey, this is Nick and Blake from RC Hysteria, and today we're going to show you how to change the shock oil in a big bore shock from Traxxas. So what you're going to need some pliers. It doesn't matter, needle nose, these will work too. Doesn't matter, big or small. You're going to need a rag,
some WD-40, and you want some brake clean, but it doesn't matter what kind of brake clean as long as it's brake clean.
because it'll work. And then of course, you're going to want to take the shocks off your truck and have them set aside so you can work on them. And this will always help. A stand, you can buy these off Amazon, or you can just kind of prop your shock up, but it's easier because these have the holes right here made specifically for the shock to sit in it. We're going to need oil. This is Team Associated, Team Losi shock oil. We have all these right here. That's all you need. Alright, so let's get started. So you're going to take your big bore shock, take the shock cap off just like that, and your spring, set it aside, make sure you don't lose it, along with your spacers. You got your shock right here, so now you can grab some pliers and pull the cap off right here, just like that. Once you break it loose, you can grab it with your fingers. And there's the shock oil. We're going to have to grab a container because we forgot to put the shock oil in, so we'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We kind of messed up. We forgot to get a container for the shock oil. So any container will work. We just got a regular water bottle here. Just gonna dump it in there. Alright. You can kind of see it isn't too dirty. I don't even know if you can see that, but it's pretty dirty. I don't think this stuff has been changed yet. Alright, so the next part, take your rag and you are going to wrap it around the rod so you don't scratch it. And you don't need 2 pliers for this, but it'll make it easier. Put this tight, make it really tight around the rod with the towel so it doesn't scratch. Grab the other pliers and turn, or whatever, I'm just doing it by hand. Make sure you got it gripped tight so it's not so the rod isn't spinning. As you can see, this cap will just come right off. And again, just set that aside so you don't lose it. And then push this up. You got your rod and your aluminum body. Alright, we're back, so we're gonna clean all the internal parts from the shocks. So we're gonna take your housing, spray some brake clean all over it. Don't do this with the plastic one because it'll melt the plastic. We have an aluminum housing, so we can do it. Alright, we're back. We've sprayed all the internal parts of the shock down with brake clean. Now we're gonna get some WD-40 and spray it down because brake clean is corrosive. You can only use it as a cleaner because it'll make the rods rust and stuff. So what you want to do, spray it down with brake clean and wipe it down with the towel. Alright guys, so we're back. We sprayed all the internal parts of the shocks off with brake clean and wiped them off with WD-40 so they don't rust. And all these parts over here, we just kind of rinsed them off with water. You don't got to do that if you don't want to. So we got 35 weight Team Losi shock oil. Next part you want to do is get your rod. You want to put it in through here. Make sure you're careful because the threads on this rod can damage the O-ring, so you just kind of want to go through slowly. To get it in, just pull it all the way out. And the next part you want to do, it's easier to do this before than after. So you just want to kind of screw this on. Reverse operation, so we're going to wrap the rod in a towel. Get our pliers. Make sure you got it tight so the whole rod ain't spinning. Once you got it on, you don't got to tighten it down a whole bunch, it don't really matter. So once you got that done, set it in your stand. So what you're going to do is just dump this right into the reservoir. There is a cap on the inside. You want to take that off before you use it. Wipe it off the towel. Put this back on. Dump this in right here, right in the reservoir. You want to fill it up. Not all the way, but almost. So, before you put it in the stand, you just kind of want to twist it and turn it around because there's air bubbles in here and they get stuck in the bottom, and that's what makes your your shock have recoil when the spring should be doing that. Just kind of want to push it up and down and twist it at the same time so all the air bubbles come up. And another thing you can do, set it in your stand and let it sit. The thicker the shock oil, the longer it's going to take for all the bubbles to get out. But just let it sit in your stand, let all the bubbles get out of the shock oil. And after you wait for about 10 minutes, you can just pump it around, make sure all the bubbles are out. And then once you got that, we'll come back and show you what you do. Alright, we're back. We've let the oil sit for a while. And when you pump it around, you can't see any bubbles in there. If you can't see any bubbles in there, then you're good to go. See this little bubble thing? You want to make sure that's in the cap. So then make sure you leave a little bit of room in here so that that cap can, so the cap has room to go into the shock. You just want to tighten it. Just like that. And then you can pump it around. See, when there's bubbles in the shock and you push this all the way in and it recoils back, if it recoils way back like that, then you need to redo it because you'll have poor suspension travel. But we've done this right, and so when you pump it all the way up, it doesn't recoil hardly at all, so you're good to go. We'll do that with the next one and we'll come back and assemble them. Alright guys, so we're back. We've put all the shock oil in the shocks and we've made sure that they're not recoiling. So now all that's left is to fully assemble the shock. So put all your spacers in the shock, just like it came apart. And put this thing on there. Put your spring on, and put a retainer for your spring on. And after you do that for both of them, then you just put them back on your truck and you're good to go.